Hello, everyone. I'm Fred Oakman here with Mr. Jake Peters. You're listening to PS This Is Awesome, a PlayStation podcast. This is episode 396, where we dive into all of our thoughts on PlayStation. Before we jump in, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/PS This Is Awesome, where you can also watch the video version of the podcast. You can check out our trophy list on the PSN. I'm Anchorless_81, and Jake is JakeSaw01. Send your thoughts to psthisisawesome@gmail.com. Share the show with friends. Don't forget to rate us, all that good stuff. This podcast airs for free every Wednesday on your preferred streaming platform. But for those who sign up to our Patreon for just $1 a month, you can join the one and only $1 Club and receive a die-cut vinyl sticker plus a shout-out on our show. Most times you also get the show a day or two early. There have been some exceptions lately, and we apologize. But visit patreon.com/PS This Is Awesome to support us. Remember, if you like our podcast, it does us a lot of good if you can like, comment, and subscribe to any of the content we post on YouTube weekly. With that out of the way, Jake, how are you doing this Tuesday?
I'm recovering. I had, let's see. So listeners of the show, I don't talk about it a lot, but I do talk about it sometimes, where I have a street bike motorcycle that I take to the racetrack that I ride and, be a fast boy. And the place that I go is this really nice race complex in Pittsburgh. It's like one of the nicest racetracks in the country. They did, for up until like last year, they did the it was one of the stops for the highest level of motorcycle racing in the United States. So like it's a pro level like track. And super nice place. They just added like brand new pro shop, all these extra garage buildings, facilities, all this stuff. And they announced like literally last Wednesday that they're closing the racetrack. It's going to be done. Yeah, they just announced that they literally just last year put all this money into it and all these buildings and shit, and they just announced like essentially 5 days ago that they're closing the racetrack, and they're basically bulldozing it to put up a data center. Which is fucking insane. The owners of the track must have got paid so much fucking money for this.
They just couldn't say no.
Because you would think like if they actually gave a shit, they would have been like, okay, well I've got this offer, maybe let's shop it around and see if anybody wants to keep it a racetrack.
Yeah.
Because it's the only racetrack within the next closest one that's of any comparable quality is like 3 hours away, and most of them are like 5 to 8 hours away from here. So it basically is going to implode the community for this type of event in the area. And so they announced this on Wednesday. I was already signed up to do the last track event for motorcycles of the year, and I thought that it was what would be, I guess, the 18th and the 19th. Thankfully, they sent me an email that reminded me of the event, and it was like, oh no, it's the 11th and 12th, which was this past weekend. So wow. I literally found out the day before I was supposed to go to the track that like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to go this weekend, not next weekend. I had it wrong in my calendar. So, I mean, I was already signed up. That part didn't matter. I just didn't expect to have to go. I'm glad I didn't make other plans or something stupid. So, and Sarah was like, where are you going to go or whatever? And I was like, well, this is quite literally the last time in history I will be able to ride at this racetrack. So, because they're, like I said, they're going to fucking bulldoze it and put up servers. So,
it's your AI hard at work.
Yeah, exactly. Driving up everybody's energy bills and shit. So I went, usually they do Friday, Saturday, sometimes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And usually I only do one day. I'll pick like a Saturday or Sunday, whichever one has better weather, and I'll just do the one day, and then the other day I'll kind of spend doing home stuff over the weekend or whatever. But because this was the last time ever, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do both days.
Yeah.
And so Friday, I got home. I had to rush home, get all of my shit packed up, ready to go. 'Cause it's this whole thing. I have to pack a trailer, pack the car with all of my gear and everything, and my tools and all this stuff. Get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to get down there and get a spot because I knew it was going to be busy because it's the last weekend ever, trying to get a spot in the paddock. And so I ride all day Saturday. Beautiful weather. But it's like the thing about it is like, for those of you trying to picture what it's like the crotch rockets where the guys have full leathers on and they're like dragging knee on the pavement. That's the kind of riding that I'm talking about. And so that type of riding is really hard on your legs and your knees and your lower back because it's all about your lower body controlling the bike. And so I did that all day Saturday, and then I got up again super early, went back down there Sunday morning, rode 2/3 of the day Sunday, then drove home, unpacked the car, and immediately went and played a hockey game where we were short on guys, so I literally skated the entire game. I didn't sit down once.
Wow.
And dude, I'm like, even today, yesterday was fucking like my legs were shaking as I was like walking around and stuff a little, like when I would get up out of my chair and stuff.
Yeah.
And even today I'm like dragging. And so it was a good weekend. I mean, I had a good time. It was a real bummer. We got some rain at the racetrack on Sunday, the last day, so that was really kind of a bummer. But it was crazy. And I was going so fucking fast. It's scaring the shit out of me. But I've never gone that fast before, and I don't know. It doesn't matter. But
this could be the last chance you ever had to even race like that.
Well, there is another track called Mid-Ohio that's like 2.5, 3 hours away. I'm going to try and go there some next year, but it's not going to be, this place in Pittsburgh was like an hour and 15 minutes from my house. So it wasn't a big deal for me to like go down there. Whereas like if I'm going to go 3 hours away, it's a whole thing because it's the track days start at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So I would have to go over the night before,
stay over,
camp out, then ride the whole day, then pack all my shit up, drive 3 hours home,
you're getting too fucking
then unload.
old.
So
That's crazy.
It's a lot more of a thing. And there's other tracks and stuff too, like if I wanted to go to New Jersey or fucking West Virginia or whatever, but those places are even farther away. So it's a lot more of a commitment now if I want to do it. So that was part of the reason why I kind of just went headfirst into this weekend, because I was like, it's entirely possible that I just hang it up after this.
Yeah.
Because I just don't know that I really enjoy it, but I don't know that I have the commitment to where it's like I'm going to be traveling, taking days off work, fucking driving 5 hours.
You gotta start making money doing it to justify it almost.
Yeah, and that's never going to happen because I'm not, I'm not good enough. I don't have, I don't even have you have to get to race that kind of to do, because what I go to, it's not actual racing, it's like practice sessions. So everyone out there is like, there's no race, it's just everyone is practicing basically. They just call it like a track day. If I wanted to actually race, you actually have to get licensed to be able to race because it's so dangerous. And I just don't have I never had the like gumption, or even, to be honest with you, the balls to be able to ride
that
fast enough to be able to do it.
Like, do that, dude. That'd be crazy.
Because like it's when you're talking about it's crazy enough riding when it's just like practice, but then when it's in a competitive environment and people are like rubbing up against you,
getting
and shit,
aggressive and shit with you,
dude. Yeah, it's a little bit bananas, but yeah, I
that's crazy.
Went the fastest I've ever gone on a motorcycle on Saturday. 142 miles an hour.
Wow, that's fucking wild.
Which is, dude, it is unbelievable. I'm like, the whole time I'm doing it, I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. And it just scares the shit out of you. But it's like, that's kind of part of it. Yeah. I don't like that top speed stuff. If I could go to a track where like there weren't very many straightaways and it was more about the cornering and stuff, I'd have a lot more fun. Because to me, the top speed shit is super scary because it's like, I'm fucking just going balls out down this straightaway, and then I just have to hope that my bike stops before I get to the next corner. Because it's like, if my brakes fail, it's like, well, that's it.
Or if the tire blows while you're going, right?
Yeah, it's like, I'm done. I guess it's over. Because it's like, I know I got leathers on, I got a back protector and all this shit, and a really good helmet and everything, but it's like, there's only so much you can do. And so
I mean, you're definitely breaking bones at bare minimum.
Dude, yeah. It's it's a lot safer than you would think, but it is still, because they like, for you to even get out on the track, they have to inspect your motorcycle to make sure that it's worthy of being on the track. So it's not like you can just go out there with a piece of shit and do 150 miles an hour and the brakes fall off of it and you go flying into the
How does
grass
liability work when you go out there?
You have to sign a waiver, obviously. Yeah. So like there's no liability, and they have to have multiple ambulances on site and stuff like that. So it's very well like maintained, but I imagine, like, I don't know what the track, like maybe that's part of the reason why they're selling it is because they don't want to deal with that kind of a thing anymore. Like they have to have crazy liability insurance. I almost imagine they probably do. And even though everyone has to sign a waiver, it's like still like something can happen. You know, so like I've been there before where like someone wrecks and they have to fucking land a helicopter on the track to like take them to the hospital and shit, and like that's wild. Yeah, it's a danger. Like it's not something you do lightly. You have to go into it fully understanding what you're doing and not like knowing what the risks are and the consequences are if you like ride like an asshole or like ride above your head or whatever. So you know, I'm like, it's one of those things where every time I go, I'm excited to go. And then like, but there are times where I'm just like, I'm glad I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I have that constant tug of war in my brain. Dude, that's how I feel about
just riding a motorcycle in public, not even on a racetrack. I'm just like, I don't know if I should be going out there.
You know what's funny? I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm way more nervous about riding a motorcycle on the street than I am riding one at the track like that. Because there are instances where I am more scared on the track just because I'm going so fast. But generally, riding around the track, everyone's going the same direction. Everybody's doing the same thing. Yeah. If you run off of the racetrack, there's all this runoff area. Worst case scenario, you like fall down and slide off into the grass or whatever. I mean, whereas like on the road, it's like you hit some gravel, you hit a deer, you hit a woodchuck, a fucking car runs you over.
You go into a
like there's way more there's way more variables that you have no control over. So anyway, sorry for the huge digression about my weekend, you know, riding my motorcycle.
Oh, that's fine. It's gonna be a shorter podcast, so that's fine.
Yeah, so it was so that was pretty fun. And I tell you what, just another little life tidbit before we move on. My fucking roof's leaking again, so that's primo. You know, and this one was like it's a new leak. It's not like where the old leak was. This one was like, we're in our living room and we hear like this dripping noise, and I thought it was outside. No, it's literally dripping in my living room, and I'm like, so that's not a little leak, that's like a big leak if it's coming through and actually fucking dripping. So it took me a week to get the fucking contractor on the phone to even come out to the house. So he's coming out tomorrow to take a look at it. Dude, I'm like at the point, it'll take a lot to get me to the point where I would be even considering like getting a lawyer about this type of thing. But it's been a year since they've put this roof on. Yeah. And it still leaks. And this is a new leak. This isn't like it's the old leak that we just haven't figured out yet. It's like, no, this is a new leak
that just started.
So,
or has it been going on and you just now noticed.
Unless it's been going on and I just haven't noticed it. But, like, I don't see how I wouldn't have noticed it. So, anyway, so I'm just like, I'm like getting to the point where it's just like, should I just fucking tell this guy that I just want my money back? And just like I don't give a shit if he tears the whole fucking roof off. Yeah. Just give me my money back because it's been such a problem. But it's like, you can't really do that. I need a roof on my house. Yeah, we're going into winter.
You're not going to get your money back. But
the thing that sucks is, yeah, it's like, what do you do? Because something like this, it's like, I don't notice it unless it's raining, and it hasn't fucking rained in 3 months.
Why don't you just reach out to your home insurance company and ask them? Could they give you advice, legal advice on this?
I don't know. I could ask my agent and see if he has any opinion on it. But it's like, but the thing is that if I go through my insurance, either...
Well, not for the fix, but just to let them know.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's the thing is that, like, I don't want to let the insurance... I mean, I guess I could let the insurance company know, but then they're going to put pressure on me to get it fixed. So it's like, I already know it needs fixed. I'm already trying to get it fixed.
This guy?
I don't know. I think all that they can do is literally tell me, if you don't get your roof fixed, we're dropping you.
Well, we'll just ask LJ, because he's the insurance guy.
LJ, my fucking roof is leaking. This jabroni hasn't fixed it in the last year, and I'm really getting frustrated getting him to come back and fix this thing. He's tried like 10 times, not working. What do I do?
Oh, I know what you should do.
I tell my insurance company, are they going to fucking can me because they know I've got a leak in my roof?
I got to figure it out. Wait for him to demolish your track, put the data server in, and then just ask AI what you should
do. Ask AI? Yeah, I could. I could ask AI. I could just, I don't know. One of these days it'll get fixed. Yeah. Either that or I'll just fucking move.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know.
Right.
We just put all this money into this house, so it's like I got new siding, I got new roof, I got, new windows. It's like I just want it to be, I don't want to worry about it anymore. You know how much sleep I've lost over the past 12 months? I'm literally at the point where I could probably sue for pain and suffering because of how fucking stressed out I've been about it. But
you're not that kind of
guy. I digress.
Anyways, thanks for asking how I'm doing, Jake. I'm doing good.
How's your roof?
Oh, the roof is great here. You should have went with the Millers, man. They do great work.
Yeah.
Anyways, we played Hero Quest on whatever day it was. We're coming off of a federal state holiday, Indigenous Peoples, Columbus Day, whatever it is to you. So I had Monday off of work, but we got the group together Sunday night to play some Hero Quest, and Ben, my buddy Ben, has been running a barbarian character literally from day one. So I don't know how many campaigns, he's got like 38 quests under his belt. He's fucking to the nines, maxed out. He rolls like 8 defense die anytime I attack him. I can't ever fucking hit him. The only way he takes damage is if he falls on a trap or if like he drinks like poison on accident, or maybe I'll get lucky and he rolls like shit. I mean, to give the listeners perspective, the most dice that I get to roll when I'm attacking are 4 dice. These aren't D6s or anything like that. They have little symbols on them. They have skulls, white shields, and black shields. 4 dice I have to roll. It's a 50-50 chance to roll a skull. If I roll like 2 skulls, right? Ben then has 8 dice to roll like 2 white shields. And he blocks it. My attack just goes off of his skin. He's a barbarian. He's a badass. Well, the greatest thing happened at Hero Quest. We're playing the we are playing whatever the Frozen Horror is what it's called. And the way the dice work, there's 3 skulls on a die, there's 2 white shields, and there's 1 black shield. So you have a 1 in 6 chance of rolling the black shield, right? The Frozen Horror has this cavern that I eloquently 3D printed for my 3D printed dungeon. And when the hero steps on the cavern, into the it's like a huge cavern with surrounding like walk spaces. The hero has to immediately roll one die, a 1 in 6 chance. If they roll the black shield, they take damage, and then they immediately have to roll the die one more time. If it's a black shield again, immediately afterwards, their hero falls into the cavern and die immediately. So in order to get to the exit, all of the heroes had to traverse this cavern. Ben's barbarian steps in. He gets to roll one die. Boom, black shield. And he's like, shit, So he takes 1 point of damage. That means the barbarian's sliding. And I go, dude, you got to roll again. And we're all kind of drunk at this point, and because it was a late night when none of us had to work in the morning. I'm not drunk. Adam and Ben are. I had one drink. I was fine, but I was feeding into their drunkenness, and it was funny. And Ben's like, all right. So he just takes it, throws it, black shield. Fucking tanked his character he's been playing on for 2 years now. Just fucking immediately insta-killed him. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? And Murph was in the bathroom, and we were just going ballistic. I'm like, yeah! And he's like, what? No! And it was just pandemonium ensued. So I killed the barbarian. So their quests are going to become a lot harder moving forward, which is fun for me. I couldn't believe that this happened. I mean, it's the only insta-kill in Hero Quest, honestly. All the campaigns.
So how does he continue then?
Well, he just starts a new character from scratch.
Okay.
But he doesn't keep his artifacts or his gear that he's found or purchased along the way. And he had all kinds of fucking cool shit, dude. He found this wandering merchant I created. He bought all kinds of... He had this sword called the Spirit Blade. It's extra attack on undead enemies. It's gone. It's all down into this icy crevice. And so is the barbarian. He's just gone, which is hilarious.
That's funny.
It was great. So I did that. What else did I do over the weekend real quick? I went to this flea market thing down around Pittsburgh. I got cajoled into going, and it was fun. It's amazing what people think they can sell and get away with. But it's also amazing what you can find if you know what to look for. And I've been to small flea markets and little antique shows, but this is an entire mall that they converted into a flea market on the weekends. And it spills out into the parking lot. And all these people just sell shit out of their cars and stuff. It's pretty wild. I'm for sure that I saw stolen goods being sold, but it's fine. It's everyone. I think they pay a fee or whatever to be a whatever you want to call it, a vendor or whatever. But the people inside the actual torn down mall, it's pretty cool. I didn't find. I mean, there were things surprisingly. I didn't see one G.I. Joe figure, new nor old. So that tells me the market is really good for these things. They're not moving them at flea markets. Collectors have their stranglehold on that, I would imagine. But I saw tons of He-Man stuff. I saw Star Wars shit. I saw old, all kinds of gaming shit. I saw some Vita games. I saw some dude playing Scarface on the PS1, which is hilarious. He told me that it takes, maybe it might have been PS2. He said that game takes place where Scarface the movie ends. So it starts off you as Al Pacino just mowing people down off the balcony, which is hilarious. And then the game just continues the story somehow or something. I don't know. I guess you kill all the guys that come in and he lives or something. I don't know. It's some alternate universe, I guess, of Scarface. But anyways, it was a fun time, man. Interesting. But really, I didn't do a whole lot. I tried to just, as you did, I'm working around the house, just doing stuff, gearing up for winter. So that's really it. I started that Netflix series Black Rabbit, which is good. I'm 5 episodes in. I have 3 left. It's part of the Monster Limited series they have. Oh, no, sorry. I'm mixing them up. Black Rabbit has Jason Bateman and Jude Law in it. And I am 5 episodes in out of 8. And then I also started the Ed Gein story, the monster Ed Gein story. I'm two episodes in, I believe, out of 6 or 8 or something, and that's based on a real bad guy, played by the guy who's Jax in Sons of Anarchy. Strange enough, because this guy is just Ed Gein is a really tortured dude who did terrible, heinous things, and he was a serial killer. He dug up bodies. He did things with the bodies. He made, like, in real life, like they based like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and some of these horror movies off of his real crimes. That's what inspired a lot of these horror movies. A real dude. But yeah. Anyways, been watching that. That's an interesting movie or TV show. It's hard to watch, actually. So I don't recommend it unless you're okay with really screwed up stuff. But yeah, we'll get into listener feedback real quick, and then we'll get into games we're playing, and then lastly we'll get into some news, and then some new games coming out this upcoming week, and close on out. So LJ did write us, Jake. He had some listener feedback. He was talking about Borderlands 4. You'd voiced some things that you had with that game, and you'd moved on to Ghost of Yotei. But LJ says Borderlands 4 has reactive level scaling for enemies. That's why they get harder as you level up, but your weapons do less damage because those are static. I get how this can be annoying. One cool thing about it, though, is if you play co-op, I'm sensing a theme with LJ, with 2 or more people who are different levels, this balances the game for all parties playing. So thanks for writing in. I think there's another game that does that. I think The Division did that. Possibly. I'm not sure if it did or not, but that is good to know. So thanks for the clarification on that. I don't really have any input on that. I think LJ just wants you to play Borderlands with him. Destiny might do that too.
Have to worry about that. I mean, Destiny is very similar in that, like, if you go play higher level content, you have lower light level gear, then it's going to be more difficult for you to beat the thing. But you don't have like a character level so much as that you have a light level based on the level of all of your gear. So what LJ is kind of saying is that in Borderlands you have a character level, and then you have all of your gear has its own levels and stats. So what I prefer is that whenever you have trying to think of a game that's like this. It maybe like
this next one. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Maybe like maybe Cyberpunk did this. I can't remember, where it's like, oh, I can just say that when my character levels up, I can say that I want to do, I want to put skill points into assault rifles. So now all of the assault rifles I pick up are scaled based on what I put into there as my character level. But in this game, it's like they're completely detached from one another. So if I find a really great weapon, but it's like 10 levels below my character level, I'm just fucked. And I just don't like that. I wish that there was a way where you could more easily, as a single player, balance those two like leveling kind of systems. Excuse me. So, yeah. But I see your point, LJ. You like playing co-op.
Well, thanks for that, Jake. We're going to revisit one of my most proud moments in gaming real quick, because I got a nasty video comment on it, and I want to just say, bring this to court for the record. The video in reference, and you guys can find it, is it's called Defeating Mekadragon. Mekadragon is one word with a K, no damage, and cyber shadow. So I did this. I worked my ass off to beat this guy, and it just coincidentally turned out that I took no damage by the time I beat him. And I was like, holy fucking shit, I can't believe that happened. So I uploaded the video, stoked about it. The video has 23 comments. Keep in mind, Mekadragon is not or Cyber Shadow wasn't like a huge game, but it's a Metroidvania game, kind of. It's side scroller. It's probably 16-bit. But just to give you an idea of how nice this video was for people, let's go through the comments first in order from oldest to most recent. And we don't need to do all of them. But the first one says, thanks. Best strategy. I was finding it impossible to beat. The next person says, thanks a million for uploading this run. I've been stuck on this boss for about an hour. Solid strategy here. Someone says, Jesus Christ, with just one try after watching this, I beat it. I never realized it would be that easy. Someone else says, easily my favorite boss. I love the music and the atmosphere. Someone else says, so you can touch his lower jaw without taking damage? Yeah, that'll make this fight a lot easier. Thank you. Someone else says, I just need to figure out how to do it without touching the water, because there's like water and shit in this boss fight. It's so hard. Someone says, nice work. Someone says, you made this look so easy. I'm going to have to jump on now and try to beat this guy. This guy was the turning point for a lot of people in this game. They just quit fucking playing it because they couldn't get past this guy. Someone else says, thanks, this boss sucked. The most recent comment 8 days ago, that boss is impossible to beat. The dragon's pattern is much wider, so this is cheating. But at least his video gets a lot of clicks, ... Who the fuck are you? Dude, I just showed you that it's possible to beat him. And I didn't use a cheat. I didn't exploit anything. The point of these games and these bosses, if anyone appreciates Dark Souls or those kinds of games, is like you learn the patterns and you figure out what works to beat them. That's how you play these old retro style boss fights. You just have to practice and get good, dude. So the problem is I remember this being a really, really tough boss battle. And the video is only 2 minutes long. You can watch me try to beat him. And I don't even remember how the fight even works. I just know he comes up out of the water and you can touch his jaw. I guess people didn't realize you could touch his jaw, but I mean, don't you just try anything when you fight these guys? You know, you get to a point where you die so many times that you just try to do whatever. And if his jaw's not a hit point, then you're good, dude. Just hit him. A lot of those old games played like this. And I think it was intentionally designed this way. But even if I'm not supposed to touch his jaw, he's very difficult to beat, but I made it. I'm watching the video, dude. I make it look so fucking easy. It's ridiculous. This was one of those throw my controller things. I do fall in the water. I thought I took a damage, but I didn't. But just to set the record straight, there's absolutely no cheating. It's one of my proudest gaming moments. And don't try to cut me down, dude. Just get better. That's all I have to say.
He's probably just trolling you.
Maybe. I thought it was AI at first, but then he actually addresses the dragon. You know what I mean? And he's like, well, the dragon's pattern's a lot wider. So I didn't do anything that you're not allowed to do in this game. It was fucking rad. But anyways, that's how it works, guys. Go check out the video. Give me some more clicks. Let me see how many people have actually watched. It's one of my better videos, I think, that I posted. Let me see. Content. I wonder how many clicks I've gotten at this point. I think I have a Cyber Shadow. I don't have a Cyber Shadow thing. I thought I had a Cyber Shadow. Maybe I do. Maybe it's on the next page. Hold on. Reaction, Castlevania, Cyber Shadow. Here we go. Cyber Shadow. I'm going to go to my playlist. Hold on. I'm going to pull this. If you get sound, I'm sorry. I'm going to try. Okay, here we go. How to defeat Mekadragon, dude. There it is. 2,000 views. It's not even a lot of views, dude. It's 2,000. You know how hard it is for us to get... It is the most viewed one on my playlist. I have another one where you have to race like a monkey in Cyber Shadow, and by doing that, you unlock like a wall slide. But that was a game I loved, dude. Cyber Shadow was rad. I had a good time with that game. But anyways, I wanted to bring that to a point on the podcast because don't cut the man down, you know? Just watch the video and do what I do, and then you can beat him. All right.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. That's when I quit playing the game. Was on that boss.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and it was just one of those things where it's just like I just don't want to learn this.
It's a pain in the ass. He was a pain in the ass, dude. It's a hard boss. Let's get into games we're playing. Everybody knows I've been playing Banishers, Ghost of New Eden, but I did make a purchase. I picked up Battlefield 6, man. I really was just thinking about, I want to get into some games because my time is so limited. I was like, maybe like a narrative-driven game isn't what my life is asking for right now. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's not what's going to suit me. I need to find a game where I can get in and just mix it up with some people and get out. You know, these online missions are like 20 minutes tops, 20, 25 minutes. And then I'm not attached at having to, I don't feel obligated to go back in and continue a story. I will say I did start the campaign. Went through the first 2 sections of the campaign. Dude, it's so far, it's kind of generic, man. It's not, it doesn't have what I wanted in a campaign. So that's why I'm playing the multiplayer. You know, it's just, it's fine. Like the graphics are fine. Everything's fine about it, but it's been done so much better by DICE before. I think DICE made this, right? Didn't DICE make this? I think they did.
Yeah.
The campaign they had for 4, or Battlefield 3 or 4, and even Battlefield 1, those were awesome. They had someone at the helm that was really steering these things. And I think the campaign for this is just kind of confusing. You're fighting like a terrorist group called PAX. And I don't even know if that's a real terrorist group or not. I don't think it is. PAX. It's like some sort of something that's going on, and there's like a thing with NATO, and the countries are falling off of NATO, and I don't know, man. It's just, I think they're kind of doing what they did with Battlefield 1, which is they're giving you the perspective of different soldiers throughout the conflict. But the conflict is fake, and it just seems really over the top, like they were trying to compete with Call of Duty with this. Like they're just trying to have huge explosions, huge set pieces. It just doesn't feel real. You know what I mean? It just feels kind of really like an afterthought. But the multiplayer, I'm agreeing with most of the interviews or reviews out about this game. The multiplayer is a lot of fun. I had to remind myself how to do the upgrade trees and whatnot, but I'm doing okay. I'm getting better at it. I really like, so in Battlefield you could pick from 4 different classes. You know, you have your assault class, your engineer class. Assault is just like your boots on the ground, you know, whatever, grunt. And then engineer is the group of people that fix the tanks and have the anti-tank weapons. And then support are your big 100 round, 200 round LMG, large machine guns, and then also you get the medic role, right? Because you're support. Mm-hmm. You're just laying down, covering fire. You're reviving people, like in Hacksaw Ridge or something. And then you have your sniper class, right? Which is the people who just like to sit in the backfield and snipe and do recon for the team. And there are a lot of sniping, and there's a lot of everything going on in this game. It's fun. The one thing that they implemented that I saw that they did with the Rainbow Six Siege is I want to say it is the support group class. One of the melee weapons you have is like a big sledgehammer, and you can break down walls while you're running and stuff with it. It depending on the quality of what you're trying to break down. Some of them won't break, but some that are like kind of cheaply looking made, you can hit them a couple times and break through. I haven't seen anybody break through the floor with one of those or anything, but the destruction's pretty fun. But I'm going to be honest, man, the finals has a lot of destructive world environments and stuff, and it's right on, the finals is right on par with this, to be honest. But there is nothing better than a smoke grenade in Battlefield. No one uses them except for me, and I just fucking love throwing these things out, man, in the middle of a firefight, and no one can see anything. Bullets just
smoke bombs.
Yeah, I throw them, dude, and I just go prone with my LMG, and I just open up, and I just get killed. It's so fun, man. But anyways, dude, it's a really good game so far. I'm like a level 11. I put a lot of time into it yesterday. I had a long day, and I just want to fucking sit down and just. That's why the podcast didn't come out earlier than today, because I was busy playing a video game. Surprise, surprise. So don't be too mad at us. But anyways, that's all I'm doing. I did buy Valiant Hearts, the third one. It was on sale, and I sent you a text, Jake, and you were like, "That's exactly why I don't have a wish list."
Yeah.
But Valiant Hearts 3 was on sale for like $7, and I remember really, or it might have been 2. I think it's 2, and it looked really cool. It's called Coming Home. It's kind of a graphic novel, animated kind of adventure puzzle game during World War I. And we played the first one. Jake and I both played it. We both liked it. It's actually on sale on Steam also right now. If you're a Steam Deck guy or whatever, you want to get that game, Jake. There's a little something for you. But it's a good game, man. And the first one. So the second one I'm sure is good. But it was initially only released on Prime or Amazon or something weird.
Which one was this?
Valiant Hearts 2.
The first one or the second?
The second one. It didn't come out on console.
It was
on a
weird.
service.
It was like on phones and shit.
No, dude, it came out on Prime. I think it was a Prime Gaming or Netflix game. Might have been a Netflix game or something.
Was it? Oh,
yeah.
That's weird.
It released exclusively to like Netflix or something. And I remember it being on there and being like, well, maybe I'll try it. And I was like, I don't want to fucking dig with that. And then it did come out on other platforms, like you're saying, like phones and shit and Apple Arcade and stuff. But it's not a game that requires a ton of processing power. But I am excited to play it. And I don't know what the scores are for it. I didn't even check like Metacritic or anything, or OpenCritic or whatever you want to check. I'm going to check right now. Valiant Hearts. I picked it up, and I can't imagine it's long to beat. Valiant.
I didn't even know they were making a third one.
I don't think they are. This is Valiant Hearts 2.
Oh, okay.
I said 3 incorrectly. It doesn't have a great review. It's a 63 top critic average, but the critics recommended a 57, I guess. I don't know, but I really like the first one. I wonder what the first one got rated. The Great War.
I'm sure the
68.
First one.
Not that much higher.
Wait, the first Valiant Hearts got a 68?
On OpenCritic, yeah.
That seems really low. Everyone loved that game.
It got a 65 from PC Gamer, a 7 from Eurogamer. IGN gave it a 7.7. Not a lot of people played it. Polygon gave it a 10. GameSpot gave it an 8. Or an 8, sorry. Polygon gave it an 8. I don't know, man. It did a little better than the first one, or than the second one, but it's not a game that everybody's playing, you know. Number one, it was hard to get your hands on when it came out. A lot of people didn't even know it came out. And then it's been out for forever, and nobody knew that it's been out for forever. And now it's on a wish. Now it's on sale.
Yeah,
it's just not getting pushed. So I think if more people played it, if it's a good game, it could pick up a little bit of steam. But looking here, Battlefield 6 has an 84 on OpenCritic. So cool. Little Nightmares 3 has a 74. So anyways, little idea on what the general average is on some of these games that we've been talking about on the show. But what about you, Jake? Are you still diving into Ghost?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't had much of a chance to play just because I do a lot of my. I'm able to play more on the weekends usually, and because I was at the track all weekend, I didn't play at all over the weekend. So I probably only played a few hours in the last week, and but I'm still really enjoying the game. I have nothing really new to say about it. It's wonderful though. I'm really enjoying it. I've just been like, I haven't even gotten to like the second boss yet, because the first boss is like the tutorial at the beginning, and the second boss I haven't even gotten to him yet because I've been so busy just like running around like doing shit, and I haven't played a game like that in so long. So I'm just kind of like enjoying my time with it. I'm not trying to rush it. I'm not, looking at other games coming out thinking like, oh, I've got to beat this so I can go play something else cuz I know there's, especially with the Halloween coming up, there's like, there's kind of like a draw to play some more spooky kind of stuff. But I'm just gonna enjoy my time with this, and we'll kind of see how it goes. I did though, just kind of like on a semi-related gaming note, I got remote play working on my Steam Deck.
Oh yeah,
and dude, it works fucking awesome
for the PS5.
I'm shocked. Like I just last night, while Sarah was making dinner, I was just playing with it, just seeing if I could get it to work, and I got it to like. There's no remote play app for Steam Deck, so you have to use a third party app. And I got it set up and everything, and it was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I got it going, and I imagine it's very similar to what the Portal's like, dude. There's like zero lag. It's unbelievable. And there is like, obviously there's like a teeny weeny little bit, but I was just running around in Ghost of Yotei like on my Steam Deck, and I didn't fight anybody, but just running around and stuff, it felt really good. So I might look for some games that would be good, like remote play kind of games that I can install on my PS5 that I might be able to play like while I'm watching a hockey game or something like that.
Dude,
Valiant Hearts. If anybody
Hearts.
has any what's that?
Valiant Hearts.
That might be a good one. I'm worried that it would require too much of my attention from like a narrative perspective. Like I'm looking for more stuff like I was thinking about getting Final Fantasy Tactics, the remake that just came out. Because that would be a good one where it's just like, oh, you're in the middle of a battle and you just kind of set it down while the game's on, and then like during commercial you pick it up and you take a couple turns and then you kind of set it down. That's kind of like what I'm thinking about. But Valiant Hearts wouldn't actually be a bad one. Or like I was thinking maybe like that Hot Shots golf game, or
dude, by Midnight Suns.
Like
that's
that.
turn based, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same time is black.
Yeah. So I don't know if you heard any of that. Sarah's sassing me.
I didn't hear it. No, none of it came through except for
Yeah.
the attitude, the inflection of the voice.
About playing games and hockey at the same time, watching hockey at the same time. So, anyway, but I did get it working, and so the only thing is like the Steam Deck obviously won't have the haptic stuff that the Portal does.
Yeah.
But I am anxious to kind of play around with it a little bit and just see how it works. It's not like I don't really do this type of stuff. Like I don't want to play Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yotei on a handheld. It's just not the experience I want. But I'd be interested in maybe playing with some stuff and just kind of seeing how, like maybe like in like a game like Inscription, or like one of these other card games like Slay the Spire or something like that.
Have you played Inscription yet?
I have not, but it just kind of popped up as like a kind of game that might be kind of neat to play, sort of like where it's more turn-based and you don't have to worry so much about paying like really close attention to what's going on. Yeah, so I just did that, and that was really cool. I played a little bit of Super Meat Boy while I was at the track on my Steam Deck, and dude, that game is fucking hard. Holy cow!
I never played it.
Yeah, so it's a really cool game, but it is incredibly hard. It's a classic XBLA game that is, obviously it's everywhere now, but anywho, that's all I got.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get into some news here, dude. We got through the listener feedback. Let's talk briefly about some news. It was a kind of a slower week, I think, for PlayStation. So, that being said, a new report suggests that Sony plans to begin PS6 production in early 2027, with internal development already underway. This aligns with the typical console cycle and hints that a late 27 or early 28 launch could be on the horizon. Jake, what do you think about this? I'm not ready for a new PlayStation. I only want one if it means finally some Sony first party IPs, like a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't know that the the console is necessarily going to dictate that, because it'll probably, most of the stuff that'll come out at the launch of the PS6 will probably be backwards. Will also work on the PS5, but if they do start producing the next console next year, it's like, I didn't buy a Pro, so it's like, yeah, if this thing comes out next year, I'll buy one. But I'm with you. I'm not like anxious to get a new console. They just don't excite me as much as like they used to. Like when the PS4 came out, that was a huge deal.
Yeah, it was.
And it was like way different, and it was like this huge leap, and
even the first VR headset, right?
Yeah,
that was a big deal. Or the
and
Vita.
that too. But now it's like, you know, VR2 is like more of the same. PlayStation 5 is, yeah, it's better, it's faster, it looks nicer and everything, but there's nothing about it that like it doesn't like excite me. Like it's like, oh, I'm already playing shit that I like to play. I already get 60 frames.
It already runs fast. It's smooth as fucking butter, right?
So it's like, yeah, okay, everything will be better with the new one. But I'm kind of with you where it's like, I just kind of want to see where the tech brings the games. If it's like, oh, well, we're going to get some neat gameplay experiences because of the new like AI tech and shit that they're putting in the next console, then yeah, I'm all about it. But if it's just like, oh, it's another less vaginal, hopefully, PlayStation that does basically the same shit, it's like, well, I mean, I'll get one at launch, but I'm not like gonna trip over myself about it.
Yeah. Well, another thing that's annoying is that, well, it's not even annoying, it's actually a good thing, is that I just feel like we're hitting a point with some of this technology, unless there's planned obsolescence, like, this stuff is going to be fine. You know what I mean? Like, we're at a point where, like, it's fine. Like, unless the company is planning for things to break down over time, like, and I don't think that, like, dude, Sony shit lasts a really long time. You know, my PlayStation 4 still works, so I don't know. Like, what's the purpose of another console? Maybe you're right. Like, the AI shit might be kind of cool. Maybe we'll get some better shit, but they're not even. I don't even think that a lot of these, because a lot of these games that we're getting are not first party games, so they're not even tapping into the true potential of that system. You know what I mean? The exclusive games are the only ones that I think are really going to do that. And it's got to come from the studio that's been given the time and the money to do it as well. So we have all these fancy things in our system, and the PlayStation. I mean, Spider-Man was kind of cool with like the loading stuff. Like you could just like teleport to there's Sly Cooper or whatever. I don't know if that was a magic trick or if they're really loading the different worlds is that fast. But the fast travel and shit is really cool in some of these games. But we're not going to get that with third-party games because they got to play the lowest denominator, really. So I want to see what the PlayStation 5 can fucking do, man. I don't think that we've seen it all yet. So, anyways, I think it's a good system.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, next one. Speaking of Sucker Punch, I guess fans are kind of chomping at the bit for Infamous remasters. And Sucker Punch came out, and let me see here. The studio head, Brian Fleming, pretty much said there's only so much, that can be done. He said, quote, if we were good at juggling 4 projects, yeah, we'd have a remaster, and let's go do one of those and do some fan requests. That would be really popular. But we only get to do one thing, so it kind of has to be your best idea, right? And that's really clarifying. It's not like there aren't 15 good ideas, but you only get to do one. And by the way, you only get to do one about every 5 years, so that choice is really important. So I believe someone had reached out, or someone had said something in an interview with Video Games Chronicle. So, I don't know. I mean, they could give some of these remasters, if they really wanted to do it, to like Blue Point or something, or another studio. But to this dude's point, I don't want these studios doing fucking remasters right now. I want them doing something cool and new. We have so many remakes and remasters that I don't know that that's the right use. for our studios. But anyways, that's my opinion, Jake.
To me, it's just like, quit being a weenie. Don't be a weenie. Just let somebody else remaster these games. Sucker Punch should not be remastering fucking Infamous.
Yeah, right.
It just doesn't make any sense. Let them make the next game.
Yeah.
And not necessarily the next Infamous game, but just the next new thing. And let somebody else remaster, because it doesn't need to be like this crazy thing.
You're not
Just fucking
reinventing the wheel,
up-res it,
right?
Just up-res it and port it. That's all anybody wants. Yeah. So I don't like this bullshit that they pull where they're just like, oh, you know, we're not doing Sly Cooper again, and if we're not doing it, nobody's doing it.
Right.
And it's like,
is that what he was saying in this interview? Did he say that?
Not in this interview. He said, but he did say it. They did say that. One of the Insomniac guys did say that before. And it's like, bro, you need to slow your roll, because if Sony says somebody's doing Sly Cooper that's not you, somebody's doing Sly Cooper that's not you. It's like you only have as much control as Sony gives you over those IP. Yeah. So it seems kind of, you know, I get it. Like that's their stuff. Like those are their babies. But it's like, you know, people want those games. They deserve to live on. No one's asking for like, yeah, don't, you know, let another company do a Final Fantasy VII remake style recreation of Infamous or Sly Cooper. It's like, no. Just let some other company fucking port it so that we can actually play these damn games. Because we can't play Infamous right now. Other than Infamous Second Son. We can't play Infamous 1 and 2. Unless you got a PS3 to play them on. I'm pretty sure that's true. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's true. So, and I think Sly Cooper's the same way, other than Sly 4.
I don't know, man.
So, I don't know. I get where he's like, I agree with him where it's like, yeah, make the new fucking thing. But don't prevent other people from getting your shit out there, because people really want it and they'd buy it and they'd love it. You should let them love it.
Yeah.
You dig?
I dig, man. I dig. Next news point's about Battlefield 6. And apparently it has the number one spot right now on the UK charts. This is per Push Square. And with PS5, of all the copies that have sold of Battlefield up to date, 82% of the copies are PS5 versions. 82% of these games being played on the PS5, not PC, not anything else. So that's a really kind of a big debut, and it's kind of nice because Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is on the horizon. It's coming out soon, and I'm just curious to see if this thing falls off after the first couple weeks or if there's some stickiness to it. I don't know. I haven't really honestly spent enough time with it to know, but dude, I feel like once you get into one of these games, they're hard to break away from. That leveling system in there and the class system are really fun to do because they have weekly challenges, daily challenges, and as you complete them, whatever class you like to play, you can focus on unlocking different weapons. And from what I could tell, this isn't selling you any kind of fucking packs or anything. Now, there could be, but it's not blatant in the menu or anything. Like, I don't even notice that there's anything like that. So they've done a good job of obfuscating it, if there is. But the leveling system is all really fair, and as you continue to use certain weapons, then you unlock different sights for that specific weapon, different fucking grips and bipods and tripods and, you know, muzzles and suppressors and magazines and different ammo. So each weapon is an unlock in and of itself, and then within that weapon you have probably like 7 different sights for that weapon you can unlock just from playing the multiplayer, you know. And there's so many weapons and so like the tree of unlocking stuff is really addicting because it's very giving. Like, you play these matches and you're getting something new almost every couple rounds, and it's like, wow, this is so. I think there is a lot of appeal for people who like to do that thing, and I'm interested in whether mine is is crossplay or not, because you can turn off the feature of crossplay, and the last thing you want to do if you're playing with a gaming controller is go up against people on PC. You know what I mean? It's just not even fair. So
well, not to mention, there have been a lot of issues with cheating on PC, at least in the beta. So, I did the exact same thing when I was playing it. Is I just immediately in the beta turned off crossplay after I played like a couple rounds, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn it off, play with the console dudes, and everything seemed a lot more balanced that way.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you're liking it, because I mean, I'm not a multiplayer gamer, and I still really enjoyed what I played for those 10 or 12 rounds that I played during the beta.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I should clarify real quick. The 82% of copies that were sold were PS5. That's physical copies. So I'm sure there's a boatload of downloads on Steam or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm sure
for digital.
Tons.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I am liking it, and I really enjoy Battlefield, man. It's just a game that I really enjoy. It's a little more serious, and I think they're leaning into the seriousness of it as opposed to like, I'm seeing stuff online where it's like Beavis and Butthead shooting in Call of Duty, and then you're getting like famous people running around with guns, and it's just like that, and then you get Battlefield where there's none of that bullshit, and it's more cooperative. I like the thing about Battlefield is it seems like the cooperative maps, and the maps are huge, and that's what makes it fun, like the Breakthrough and the Conquer and like the escalation maps and stuff. Just the ebbing and the flowing of these large scale battles is kind of fun to track, and there's just a lot of little features, like you're in a huge army with your team, but there's 4 people in a squad. You may not know who you're synced up with or whatever, and that's fine, but it'll tell you when you're the last member alive in your squad, and you know that those guys are trying to spawn back in closest to the objective. So then all of a sudden, like the mini game for those 10 seconds are, can I stay hidden or alive long enough that my squad mates can jump in here? So there's all kinds of like little pressure points like that when you play these maps, and it's really fun, man. But enough about Battlefield, dude. I hope that someone who listens to this podcast is trying it out. Last news point: Remedy Entertainment, the studio for that make the Alan Wake games. We know Alan Wake 2 just came out on PS Plus Essentials, and Control also released that Firebreak online game that was based in the Alan Wake Control universe. Well, they came out and announced that live service game, which is called FBC Firebreak, has underperformed commercially. And the studio expects some financial losses this quarter, and signaling potential fatigue in the live service genre and raising doubts about the future spin-offs for those 2 games. And I thought this whole thing was a weird idea to begin with. I don't know. I just thought it wasn't a great attempt. I mean, maybe the game's fine, but I don't know. They finally started, I think, making money on Alan Wake 2 recently. I think they have. They might be really close to. But like when you're putting that much money into a game, do you really want to take a risk with a live service game based on a game that's already not making a profit for you? Like, I don't know, dude. Like, it just seemed like a desperate move to try to get some money. But anyways, I do like the studio, and I like the games that they make mostly. Jake, anything on this?
No, I mean, when they announced this game, when they were talking about it, I was like, there's no way this is going to work, right?
Yeah.
And turns out it didn't. There wasn't hardly any advertising for it. It didn't seem like something that anybody really asked for. It sounded like, looking at it and stuff, it actually looked kind of cool. I mean, they're not my kind of game, so I have no idea what's good and what's not in this department. But like, that developer just can't seem to catch a break. I mean, especially their single player stuff is really good. And so I know you weren't a big fan of Control, but I think the majority of people that played it really liked it. And so And Alan Wake obviously is amazing. So it sucks that they're like wasting their time on this kind of stuff. But from what I've heard, like the game was fun. It's just like there's not really a lot there to keep you going, and there isn't a lot pushing it. So it's a bummer for them, but hopefully they'll pull through.
Well, it's hard to like. They're really known for their stories, right? And their environments and stuff. So it's kind of hard to implement that kind of shit into a live service game, I think. I don't know. I didn't play it, so I don't really know, but it's kind of like the same thing that maybe Naughty Dog avoided with The Last of Us Online, although I think that The Last of Us multiplayer live service game probably would have done better than this. But it's hard to say.
It would probably have been super successful, at least for a short while.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got a couple new games coming out. I believe that's this week. I don't even know what. Today's the 14th. Recording this on the 14th. So the 16th on Thursday, Blood West, The Cabin Factory. Those are two different games are coming out. On the 21st, we're getting Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, Painkiller, and Jurassic World Evolution 3. So that's the new games. Ninja Gaiden 4, I don't think I'm going to play that. I tried to play the first Vampire Masquerade game because it was a Essentials game and got into it a little bit, but it wasn't striking the right chord with me, man. So I just kind of set it down. Any of these games look good to you?
So, I mean, I don't know what some of these games, like the first two games, are, but I've heard good things about the first Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Or Vampire, or whatever the hell it's called. But I have never gotten into it. I've heard it's more of like an immersive sim kind of game, which is kind of cool, but I've just never tried it. Ninja Gaiden 4, I love the idea of playing these games. They're just not for me. I played Ninja Gaiden 2 Black when it came out for a little bit because I had Game Pass at the time. And I really enjoyed it, but after like a couple hours of it, I'm like, okay, I know that I'm not going to get through this game. It's too hard. There's too much I need to focus on, and it's just not for me. Painkiller, I'm interested in because that was a game from way back that I played on PC that I really enjoyed. I remember there being this like crossbow or something where you could like stake demons to walls and shit, and it was the first game I ever played that had a mechanic like that. And I was like, oh, this is fucking rad. And like some of the bad guys that you fought were super huge. So I'm actually kind of curious to see what this I think it's I don't know if it's a remake or a remaster. But I think that it's Painkiller 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Is the classic Painkiller series is back. I don't understand. Is this I mean, the demo looks freaking cool, but I don't know if it's a remake or if it's a whole new game that's like a reboot or what.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm definitely interested in what the hell is going on here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Huh.
But that's all I got.
All right. Well, very good, man. Well, I don't really have anything else for the listeners. I hope that you guys had
It's a reimagining. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. It's a reimagining of the classic franchise, according to the Steam page.
Whatever that means. Right? I hope you guys had a good week. It's been a long week. I'm tired. I'm still in my work clothes. And I just want to get out of these clothes, relax for a bit. I might play a round or two of Battlefield before I hit the bed. And then I'm at it all over again tomorrow. So, but if you guys want a game with me, Anchorless_81. If you have Battlefield 6, find me on there. Let me know that you found me through the podcast, or else I'm not going to accept your invite. I don't want any weirdos asking me to be their friend.
Freaking bots. Dude, there's so many bots on PSN now. It's stupid.
Yeah, I agree. It's all messed up. Anyways, thanks for tuning in to episode 396 of PS This Is Awesome. This episode has been titled Battlefield 6 with the hope of getting people to click on it and listen to it. So you got to do what you got to do. Shoot your shot, right? Go check out that Cyber Shadow video I talked about. Go Let us know what you think about Ghost of Yotei. Right into the show. We like hearing from you. We do. So, with that out of the way, like Zombie Army 4 Dead War, Zone of the Enders, The Second Runner, and Zenith, The Last City. P.S.
Yes.
This is awesome.
This is awesome.